everyone, welcome to the channel. This week's movie is... Yeah, alright. Sleeping Beauty is an aspirational movie for introverts, where the main character has 18 lines of dialogue, passes out halfway throughout the movie, and gets everything sorted out for her by the end. Once upon a time in a kingdom far, far away, a baby is born. Is it me, or does this narrator also sound sarcastic?
Yes, they named her after the dawn, for she filled their lives with sunshine.
And like all good monarchs, the king and queen do what's most responsible during a population crisis. They throw a massive party and invite the entire kingdom. Nobles, servants, peasants, even the neighbouring king and his cousins are invited. Everyone is here, except for the one guest whose invite got lost in the mail. Enter Maleficent, who is looking pretty pissed off. Maleficent is that one aunt that every family has that will spread gossip like wildfire, and everyone knows not to anger it, lest they burn in her fiery pit of vengeance. Well done, King Stefan. You've managed to upset the one green lady that everyone knows can turn into a giant dragon. Now, Maleficent is acting all cocky and threatening, and everyone goes quiet because they don't know what she'll do. Classic family WhatsApp group behaviour. Maleficent gives another sarcastic speech and curses the newborn princess.
I, too, shall bestow a gift on the child.
On her 16th birthday, she will prick her finger on a spinning wheel and die. I gotta say, out of all of the ways that she could have gone, death by needle has got to be the most lazy one you can come up with. So Maleficent shows up uninvited, curses the baby, doesn't even have a slice of cake, and dips. Iconic exit, really. So at this point, 2 out of the 3 good fairies have already wasted their gifts for the princess on good skin and bathroom singing. So Merryweather's the one who has to step up, so she can prevent the curse from happening.
Oh no, sire.
Well, then what the hell good are you?
We can prevent death and make the curse less lame. So instead, when the princess pricks her finger, she will go into a coma and she can wake up with true love's kiss. So the fairies have softened the blow, they've avoided death, they've also come up with a solution, and simultaneously they've become the perfect wing women. Quite literally. These fairies are literal geniuses, right? Wrong. We'll see why in a minute. Everyone still wants to make sure that the princess just doesn't prick her finger. So what happens next? All the spinning wheels in the kingdom get burnt. King Stefan has got to be the dumbest king in the Disneyverse. You know Maleficent is a magic lady. She can just magic a spinning wheel in 2 seconds. And now you've gotten rid of all the spinning wheels. What's going to happen to all the spinning ladies who do the spinning for a living? You've literally just created a dent in your own economy. Then, as another precaution, the 3 fairies take the princess into hiding and probably become the first flatmates ever without a contract. The fairies raise the princess in the forest because that's safer than 24/7 palace security. So now Aurora has to live in a cottage with 3 old ladies with a weird sense of humour, and she's not allowed to talk to strangers. She basically grows up in an Asian household. As a coping mechanism, Aurora sings to woodland creatures and collects berries. That's her whole childhood. No education, no social skills, no emotional intelligence, just vibes and vitamin D deficiency. Okay, so serious question. These fairies have created a counterspell to prevent the princess from dying. They've even set her up in a way that she can be resurrected by true love's kiss. They've taken precautions and gone into hiding for 16 years. If, for whatever reason, they can't prevent Maleficent's curse from taking place, which they fear could happen, how do they expect to bring the princess back to life when she's not allowed to go out and meet anyone? What they should have done was arrange a solid plan for her to start dating guys to see which one's got the most potential to be her true love, and just throw Prince Philip in there. Or just arrange dates with Prince Philip. So anyway, Aurora is out in the woods, picking the berries and singing the songs when, who might that be? Oh, it just happens to be the guy she was betrothed to as a baby. Prince Philip hears Aurora sing and he's ready to abandon his entire kingdom. Aurora's like, I don't talk to strangers. And he goes, well, we've met before.
You said so yourself. Once upon a dream.
Using that dream riz. Classic Philip. See, this is exactly why millennials are confused. This girl is just out here in the woods in a cute cottage being raised by sparkly godmothers, and a prince just comes along and is ready to sacrifice everything for her. That's what we grew up with. So outside, Aurora is letting herself get love bombed by a stranger, and back in the cabin, the fairies are arranging her birthday party. Because guess what? Oh yes, it's her 16th birthday, the cursed day. The one single day out of all the days these fairies needed to be careful. And what happens? The fairies are fighting over whether Aurora's dress should be pink or blue with magic. Personally, I think it should be blue. They're shooting magic out of the cabin, and Maleficent finds out where they've been hiding this entire time. Aurora, who is now dreaming of flitting off to some strange land with the stranger she just met, is brought back to reality when her real identity is revealed to her.
What, dear? Princess Aurora.
No! I can't believe it!
I'd be jumping up and down if I found out I was a freaking princess. Actually, I'd be pissed at the fairies for making me pick stupid berries and having squirrels as my only friends for the past 16 years of my life.
Oh dear.
So Aurora is taken to the palace because she's going to be presented to the kingdom. They literally couldn't have waited for a single day to let her 16th birthday pass. The fairies leave her alone for a second, and at that very moment, Maleficent hypnotizes her and takes her to a room where she's magicked a spinning wheel. Aurora pricks her finger and falls to the floor.
Why did they leave her alone?
Flashback.
So the fairies have softened the blow, they've avoided death, they've also come up with a solution, and simultaneously they've become the perfect wing women. These fairies are literal geniuses, right?
End of flashback.
Aurora's in a coma, and instead of finding the guy she has a crush on so she can be brought back to her living silent self, the fairies are like, let's roofie the entire kingdom. Everyone falls asleep because no one can be trusted not to gossip. Prince Philip, in the meantime, is still awake and arrives at Aurora's cabin with encouragement from his horse. He gets kidnapped by Maleficent because obviously she knew who and where he was. This woman doesn't get invited by anyone, but somehow has access to everybody's calendar. The fairies break him out and give him a magic sword and shield. You were telling me they could break into Maleficent's lair, fashion weapons, but they couldn't keep an eye on a 16-year-old for a single day. The prince slashes through thorns, fights a green fire-breathing dragon, and defeats Maleficent in 2 minutes. Then he wakes up Aurora with a kiss. This guy is absent for 90% of the movie, but somehow saves the main character and becomes the hero. Aurora wakes up, smiles, and marries him. So the next time you're feeling like you're not doing enough, just remember, Aurora became a queen just by taking a nap. Moral of the story: if your parents don't invite someone to a party, you could be cursed. So always RSVP the weird aunties. Also, stay away from sharp objects. Other than that, you're good just vibing through life. Hello everyone! If you like that video, then do please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and watch this space for more videos like this. Bye! Bye, 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 bye.